Hey guys, so I wanted to pop on here really quickly to talk about down payment because a few people have messaged me and they're under the assumption that if they're not a first-time home buyer, they don't qualify for the 5% minimum down payment. Now, before I get into that, I wanted to sort of address the down payment structure because there are limitations to that 5% minimum amount. So if you're purchasing a property that's $500,000 and under, then the minimum down payment is 5%. If it's over 500,000 but under $1 million, then the first 500,000 you pay 5% on that, and the remainder you pay 10%. If the property is over $1 million, then you pay 5% on the first 500,000. Anything over 500,000 to under $1 million, you pay 10% of that, and then $1 million and over, you pay 20% on that. So, for example, if you purchase a property for $600,000, then 5% of the first 500,000 is $25,000, and then you're going to pay 10% on the balance of $100,000, which be $10,000. So in total, that would be $35,000 on a purchase price of $600,000. Now, if you were a first-time home buyer, you purchased a property, now you sold your property and you're purchasing another property, then that down payment structure still holds true for you. However, if you are purchasing a second property and you still own your first property, then the minimum down payment structure is 20% regardless. So that down payment structure that I just explained doesn't hold true. Now, if you don't currently own a property and you are purchasing a property that you will be using for investment purposes and you will not be occupying the property, you still are required to pay 20% down on that property. The only time that there's an exception is if, for example, a house, you plan to live on the top half and you plan to rent out your basement, then the 5% deposit structure I explained, that holds true. However, if you're purchasing, let's say, a triplex or a fourplex, so 3 or 4 units, then if you plan to occupy one of those units, the minimum down payment would be 10% of the purchase price. If you don't plan to occupy any of the 3 or 4 units, then it's 20% or down. So the whole point is that once you're purchasing a property and you will not be occupying the property, it's solely for investment purposes, you are required to pay 20% down. So I hope that really clears things up. If you are still confused, uncertain, then you can direct message me, email, call me, text me, whichever, it doesn't matter. And then we can discuss it further. All right, bye guys.